Hey, it's Dave and Lillie, and welcome to Dave's Hunting, Shooting, and Bushcraft. Dave's HSB. And this week, we're out on the range. We're looking at pistol calibers and the related pistols and the rifles and how they were used through history. We're going to start out in the Old West. Hang out. Alright folks, let's imagine it's 1881. You got some bad guys coming at you and you're armed with a pistol caliber rifle and your pistol. So for close-up fighting, I still have 6 shots here. I just fired 10, and in my belt I have 20 more rounds. So quite a lethal combination these two were, if you had a rifle and pistol all set in the same caliber. And that combination, I think, really played a big part in how Americans could form self-defense, meaning that you'd only have to buy one type of cartridge. You didn't have to worry about when you're loading, reloading. You knew what you needed. The pistol caliber rifle was very effective. I'll put some ballistics information in it. It's amazing the amount of feet per second you can get out of a rifle. It's a 20-inch barrel. So let's talk ballistics. First off, the 38 Special, using a Federal 125 grain jacketed hollow point, 18-inch barrel, you get 1,247 feet per second. The 4-inch barrel, you're getting 954. Energy of 425 foot-pounds. Now, if you're shooting a 45 long Colt, 18-inch barrel, you'd get 1,482 feet per second. 4-inch barrel, 1,093 feet per second. That's with a carbine 225 grain DPX bullet, generating 550 foot-pounds of force at the muzzle. So there you go, folks. Ballistics are pretty favorable if you're shooting a rifle. What I'm shooting today is a Henry. It's a chambered in 38 Special or 357 Magnum. It's got the big loop. It's steel, and it holds 10 rounds. You could then put one in the chamber, so you have a total of 11 to shoot down range. As the fight got closer, you'd have your Revolver, which in this case is a Colt replica made by Pietta, and so it's a 6-shooter, and it's chambered in 38 Special 357 Magnum. So it's a really close replica. In fact, it has pretty much all the qualities of a pistol from that era, including the fact that there's no transfer bar safety. So when you're carrying this, if you weren't in a pistol fight, if you weren't in a fight, you'd have 5 in the chamber, and the opened chamber would be sitting where the hammer is, so you wouldn't accidentally shoot your foot. So in this case, we have it loaded with all 6. So yeah, pretty exciting stuff here. So yeah, let's take a couple extra looks at this. Hope you like the get up. So can't tell I'm a big Western fan. And you see these kind of combinations in some of the movies and stuff through history. Most of the fights that got notoriety were all pistol fights. But when you were protecting your homestead, your first go-to was always your rifle. And you would shoot it until it was no longer really effective. It was important to keep getting it reloaded. This has a side gate reloading, but also has a tube. Either one were around in the 1880s. So it's pretty representative of it. And you know, I'm out here shooting hot and sweaty, and it's hard to keep an eye on the sights and stuff. So that's a bit of a challenge. But let's load up and we'll shoot some more. Of course, back in the West, you think of that gunfight, OK Corral. It doesn't matter. They all end up with a pistol-on-pistol kind of fight. A lot of lead shooting, often a variety of injuries, maybe a couple people dead, but a lot of close range firing. So yeah, and then so you get the Clint Eastwood look, the draw, and then the shoot, flipping it over, revealing your firearm. Now you're ready to shoot, and it would be just like that. There you go. So hopefully you hit your guy. If not, you got a bunch of holes in you. Then they got the whole process of reloading. Now, I reloaded the rifle, but this takes a little bit of time. And I guess you get better at it. I don't know. So first you gotta half cock, open your side gate, and you got to eject the shell, which mine didn't eject. There. Rotate, eject, rotate, eject, rotate, eject, rotate, eject, and I guess it could have been filling as you're ejecting. You haven't noticed there's steel cased rounds or wolf ammo. I don't think they had those back in the day, but you can't reload them. So I mean, if you did this a lot, I think you'd get quicker at it. And you'd have to, reholster your weapon. I think it's going to take some time. Now I'm going to take this off because it's hot. But you get the idea. I love a good Western. And I don't know, I can't think of many better than some of the Clint Eastwood ones. We're going to shoot from, let's shoot from back here. Behind this, let's say it's a barricade, and I've got a rifle. I've got 10 shots in it. I didn't take advantage of putting one in the chamber, so I got 10 shots. Let's see how fast we can dispatch these rounds. Now I'll draw right-handed, but I'm going to shoot left-handed around this side of the barrier. So hopefully you can see it. Get back there. All right. So anyway, off we go. Alright. Hopefully I got somebody to hand that off to, but not. Here we go.
So, in short order, we threw a lot of lead downrange. That's total of 16 shots. So, I don't know how many seconds that was, but I'll put it in. I think, let me arrange you a little bit better. I think you get a nice combination. Back in the day, as the homeowner, as the person protecting your farm, your cattle, whatever, whether it's coyotes, whatever it is, it's up close with a rabid coyote or far away with some kind of predator, cougars or whatever, you're protecting your flock. Or if you had bad characters, God forbid that you'd have to face that. But you were well equipped, I believe, if you chose to have a pistol and rifle in the same calibers. At least that's what I would do. There's a famous line in the movie Unforgiven where a guy with one arm, he's sitting there and he's loaded up a pistol and he's loaded up another pistol and he's got one in one belt, one in this side. He's loading up his third pistol and a guy asks him, "Why you only have one arm? Why are you loading 3 pistols?" And he says, "I don't want to get shot for lack of shooting back."
3 pistols and you only got one arm for
I just don't want to get killed for lack of shooting back.
And so there's a lot of validity to that. If you can shoot a lot down range, I think you'd have a better chance of survival. That's just my view. So anyway, I'm a big Western nut and I like the movies. I really enjoy what they represent. I like reading about Western history. And so I thought it'd be fun to look at. We'll go through history. Now, I think a more common caliber you had in the West was the .45 long coat. And you would see that a lot of carbines, they would call them carbines. This is a rifle. Technically it's a rifle because it has a 20-inch barrel. But it shoots a pistol cartridge, so kind of like a carbine. We're going to call it a carbine for this. So you have your carbine and you have your pistol, and so if they're both .45 long Colt, again, or .38 caliber, I don't think they called it special back then, but .38 caliber. Either way, you are well equipped. Let me load up and we'll shoot one more barrage downrange. There's a scene in The Good, Bad, and the Ugly. Clint Eastwood's trying to load his pistol before the people come in to try to kill him, and he had taken his pistol apart, and so he's hurriedly putting it together, but he calmly puts a bullet into each round, into each hole of the cylinder, and each chamber of the cylinder, and completes it in time for when the first person tries to come in the door. So pretty neat scenario. All right, so we got the rifle ready. It's got one in the chamber. So we'll send 17 down range and see what it looks like. That's it for the fifth rifle. All right, Lily, let's see what we can do. All right, there you go. All right, folks, I hope you enjoyed that. Kind of a snapback at history, different kind of perspective of the maturation of firearms over the time. I mean, they went quickly from cartridge rifles to then the lever action, and then what do we give somebody on horseback? Well, let's give them a bigger loop and a little smaller barrel, and they called it a carbine, and would carry pistol caliber 45 often, 45 long coat, and boom, there they were. And then they had, you know, 6, they had a revolver. And so a lot of troopers, a lot of people then all of a sudden were armed with, you know, you had 16, 17 shots. And, you know, that would make a difference. One person then had was much more formidable against multiple. If you're shooting that against somebody who has a single shot, it's definitely a huge advantage. Thanks for tuning in. I really appreciate it. For Dave and Lillie, come on, Lillie, say hello. For Dave and Lillie, we really thank you for tuning in. Like I always say, make kindness your business. Do something kind for somebody. It takes just a little bit of effort on your part, but can really change somebody's day. So I encourage you to do that.